Hello, I am Dan, aka the tipster in a suit, and I may not have been to the most racetracks. I've definitely not seen the most horses, and I can no longer say I am the best judge of race form that I know. It was a tough week last week. First of all, I do want to apologise for the 2 selection videos I put out. I should have much better prepared all the selections and stakes I was going to do. In case you didn't know, I was there on the Tuesday and Thursday, had a few beverages, enjoyed myself, and had to rush to get the videos out. So the standard of them wasn't good enough. I was looking pretty rough, and I do apologise about that. And again, for next year, it's something I need to definitely plan better moving forward. I want to thank everyone who interacted with me over the week, everyone who commented in the videos as well. Like, it does mean an awful lot to me. Like I said, I did this channel to hold myself to account, right? So this is a review video of the selections that I put up, how they got on, and how much I was up, or inevitably how much I was down for the week. And then a little touch on what I want to do moving forward as well. So Kilbeg King was my first selection. I was dead keen on him in a handicap. I lost £10, which was antepost, and then the rest was non-runner, no bets. He ended up going for the national hunt. Really disappointed in that, to be honest. I did end up going on in the day, but for the purpose of the selection video, it was a non-runner. The next one I put up was John Bon in the Ryanair. He obviously didn't Nicky Henderson's yard. He pulled a load of the horses out, so he ended up not running in the champion chase, and he was scratched from the Ryanair early doors. The thinking was he'd lose to Al Fabiolo back in the Clarence House and end up going Ryanair. Next selection was Salvador Ziggy. I'm still bitterly disappointed. Look, he set the tone for the festival for me. If he went on and did well, I would have done well. Backed him at 12-1, went into as short as 4-1, 7-2, and then on the day he drifted back out to 12-1. Makes you wonder why Elliott was running him, and still obviously something wasn't quite right. Recovering from that run in America, he's been off for 10 months, and he did not run to form there. That's not the true running of Salvador Ziggy, but that's no good to me. It's no good to you, right? He did end up running, and he had a stinker. Rocky's Howyer, he was a non-runner. I did put him up anti-post. Luckily, there was a few comments saying he wasn't likely to run, and so I ended up cashing out for a loss of 250 and putting it on non-runner, no bet at the same odds. But essentially, that's a loss. I put it up as an anti-post selection, so that is a loser. Noble Yates, I put up in the Trials Day selection video. Obviously, he went on and won that day at 12-1, which was nice. But for the purpose of the selection, I then put him up at 33-1 for the stayers. He didn't run too badly. I think Grand National is still going to be the aim for him. Tiahupu, a classy horse. Noble Yates was another loser, guys. Ginny's Destiny, I'm absolutely gutted about this one. Itself and Grey Dawning drew well clear the rest of the field. If Grey Dawning had just gone for the Brown advisory, we would have had a winner with Jenny's Destiny, and again the week would have been a lot better. It was £50 out on Jenny's Destiny for 300 back, but it wasn't to be. Grey Dawning, fair play, went for the right race, just had that extra gear as they were turning in, and 2 good jumps meant Jenny's Destiny's rock solid jumping in wasn't put into play, so gutted about that one, but it is what it is. I don't think that was too bad a selection, but obviously again not good enough. Korak Rambler, put him up at 16-1, and then I did say have a bit more of a go on the day when he drifts out. That's exactly what happened. The conditions went testing, which actually I thought would be a bit more in his favour with stamina coming into play. So we put him up at 16-1. He ran brilliantly to come third. Reminded me of Dickie Johnson on Native River, like he was having to be ridden just to be maintained at the back, but he surged up that hill behind 2 good horses in Jerry Colombe and Galloping Deschamps. So that was a place for Korak Rambler at 16-1. The next bet I put up was the Yankee of Ginny's Destiny, Salvador Ziggy, Manila Indo and Al Fabiolo. And again, that Yankee just sums up my festival. Salvador Ziggy, we've already talked about. Ginny's Destiny, the same. Manila Indo didn't run because the cross country was cancelled, so we don't know what would have happened there. And Al Fabiolo, went off 1-5, didn't jump a twig, terrible jumping, and got pulled up super quick by Paul Townend as well. Probably the right decision. I'm not going to lament it. I'm not going to say, why is he pulling him up? He wasn't travelling at all well. You could have let him go on another half a mile, and I don't think anything would have improved. So, yeah, it was a tough one. The position he got into, the position we were in, probably would have been worth, laying him on the place. Like, when you get into 1 to 5, they're either going to win or something's going to go wrong. So if you lay into place, would have been like 15, 20 to 1. But hey, with hindsight, everything's so easy, right? But it is, again, it's about learning. So for the future, if I've got a position like that and you can end up covering it by doing an alternative bet, there's no harm in doing that. Did it in the Supreme, ended up paying dividends with Slade Steel. So it's something that, again, I'll go away, learn and try and improve, The next bet was the big one, 300 quid on Constitution Hill. That was a non-runner. The way Nicky Henderson's yard ran, that's probably for the best, to be honest. Yeah, it is what it is. It was a shot to nothing. I felt like if he was running, he would have been at 1,000% ready. And 5 to 4 is an absolute, it's mind blowing for Constitution Hill. But he wasn't right. He wasn't fit. He wasn't ready, like a lot of the horses in the yard. And so that was a non-runner. And then Petite Tonnerre was the last one. I put it up in the county hurdle. And yeah, it looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible. Never had a hope. Was one of the first to be retreating backwards. I thought he would enjoy it over hurdles from a chase campaign. It's annoying as well. In the video that I was doing the analysis, like Absurd was one that I mentioned, right? And I said it will hate the ground being tacky. And it was super tacky, and it goes and wins. So on all known form, it absolutely shouldn't have done that. It only had form on good ground. Anytime it had been on heavy or soft, it had absolutely bombed out, but potentially that was to protect the mark. So yeah, that was another loser. So look, the selections didn't go too well. I'll be honest as well, I was down 40% throughout the week. That includes all the anteposts that I did, selections throughout the week, and the Yankee as well. There was some highlights, an unexpected party we put up. But even then, I had a sore Wednesday, so I did a tri-cast of the 3 selections I did, which was Unexpected Party, Liberty Hunter, and Safra, and that was the 1st, 2nd and 4th. If it had just been 3rd, that would have covered the losses, and it would have been a profitable one. So Jenny's Destiny, Salvador Ziggy, bitterly disappointing. Al Fabiolo, no one could have predicted that. A tri-cast that was one place away from hitting. It was a close but no cigar kind of festival. But we persevere, guys. Right? We don't have a negative festival and then throw our hands up and say that's going to be it. I will need to get a new entry, right? So me coming in all braggadocious, I'm the best judge of form that I know. Well, I can't say that anymore, right? Because we've had a 40% down festival. But it's not going to deter me from analysing races. It's not going to deter me from looking into them, trying to pick out who the eventual winner is going to be. And it's certainly not going to deter me from, going to the Cheltenham Festival and trying to pick winners for the Cheltenham Festival. It's not going to deter me from making videos either. I've enjoyed doing this. I've enjoyed having people commented, interacting with me, getting into conversations about the festival. Before I did the channel, I'd get super excited about the festival, but this year I've thoroughly enjoyed interacting with people, and it's only heightened my experience. So why would I take that away from myself, right? Why would I stop doing something that I've enjoyed doing and interacting with people? So that's it from me on this one. I will be doing some videos moving forward for Aintree, Punchestown and the Sandown End meeting, but they won't be as regular as they have been. And I'll probably end up returning. I'll do a video, but end up returning in October, November time when the jump season starts again. If you've got any thoughts on the Cheltenham Festival, do let me know. If you've got any selections for the up and coming spring festivals at Aintree or Punchestown, do let me know as well. The anti-post market isn't really out at the moment, but when that starts to hot up, I'll probably put a couple of selections in. Bob Ollinger, for example, for the middle distance hurdle. He seems like a good thing, I would think, having skipped Cheltenham as well. But we'll get more stuck into those other videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.